Hey ladies, thanks for joining me today. Okay, this is it. This is the first ever Paper Girlie Traveling Journal. Now, it's normally called the Sisterhood of the Traveling Journal. However, for me, we call it the Paper Girlie Traveling Journal. And oh my gosh, girls, I'm so excited because I got my first journal. This is Natalie's. I have a group of four, just a group of four. We're doing kind of a tester run because this is the first time that I'm doing it. I am so excited to do a flip through, show you Natalie's notebook, and then show you what I put inside. So let's go down to my desk so we can get a closer look. Okay, girls, so we're down at my desk, and I just want to show Natalie's notebook off because, gals, Natalie, oh my goodness, Natalie is creative. So first thing she did is she made a little tassel for her notebook, and it has, little charms on it, things that she's into. We have a bicycle. We have a little tiny notebook, a little book. She loves reading. And then we have things like dragonflies and butterflies. And then she has a little charm down here, which represents her favorite color. She loves teal. So that is her little, add-on addition, her embellishment. And this is Natalie's notebook. Look at this. Natalie obviously is from Wisconsin because these are all stickers that have to deal with living in the Midwest. This is her little emoji, Natalie, and it has the Paper Girlie Traveling Journal written right here. So she is from Beaver Dam. These stickers, because I used to live in Beaver Dam, well, I was going to say next door. We didn't live next door, but we did live close in vicinity. So these stickers are very meaningful and fun for me to see. So the Welcome to Wisconsin sign, greetings from Wisconsin, the Beaver Dam, or the beaver for Beaver Dam, the state flower, old fashioned, that is very popular drink out there, and haha, chunky. This is a chunky notebook, and girls, Natalie's notebook is chunky. Look how chunky that is, because gals, Natalie is a scrapbooker, so she took like a duck to water on this project, and her notebook is super duper chunky. However, watch till the end and you'll see that I did something to help her out with this chunk. So that is, her opening page. And then this is her first spread. This is her first spread. And just, for example, right here is the check-in card. And so I actually got this on June 1st, and it is almost the end of the month. So I've had it for a long time. However, full transparency, I just finished it yesterday. Or not even yesterday. I just finished it today. I don't know why I said yesterday. I just finished it today, and just in the nick of time, because I'm handing it off to Sanja tomorrow, the day that this video drops. So this is my sign in, the check-in, and then here she has a little note that has a little bit about her journal, about what she likes, what she plans on doing with it, all that kind of stuff. And then back here, she did this, and goodness, I should have done this as well, because this is just a description of the interactive pages, and she did a bunch of them. And so she just wrote down for each page what she would like you to do. So gosh, Natalie really understood the assignment here. So that is there. So the first thing that we have here is we have, please add a small sticker to your location. So Natalie lives in Wisconsin. She's got a little teal diamondette rhinestone, and so I put a little pink star because I live in Seattle. So that is me. Then the next page is just all about the Paper Girlie Studio. So gals, if you're here, friends, gals or guys, if you're here for the very first time seeing my face, seeing my hands, I am Mitzi, and I have Paper Girlie Studio. I have the Paper Girlie Studio YouTube channel, and I also have a Facebook group that just kind of coordinates it. I'm a woman of a certain age. I'm 54 years old, and I decided to start a YouTube channel back in November, and gosh, it has become more than I ever thought it would ever be. So she made a little spread on that just to kind of celebrate me. The next page is, again, it's all about Natalie. But look at all this fun stuff that she added in. She added in, some ephemera. She added in a picture of me and Natalie last time that we were here. Oh, I used the same pictures. But yeah, so she had that. Then she has this, and this is things that she loves. She loves typewriters. She loves movies. She loves Once More with Love stickers. So that is a little bookmark, and then she just has pictures of herself, pictures of her family. Here, look how creative Natalie is. It just drives me bonkers that she is so creative. Things about the area that she lives in, Milwaukee Brewers, her sons, Dorian and Darius. Oh my gosh, I can't believe this kid here, this kid on top. I was there when he was born, and gosh, he's almost fully grown. So that is Natalie's little spread about herself. Down here, you know, she has little pockets. She's a scrapbooker, so she knows how to make pockets like there's no tomorrow. Oh, that is a gorgeous picture, you Nat. So there's some fun facts about her, and that's what that she did. It's just very creative, fun little, you know, easy peasy little things that she added in to her spreads. Then the next spread is called self-care. Is that it? Yeah, self-care. What is something you do for self-care? Please add a picture, sticker, or words. Now, Natalie's over here. This has things like, you know, she plays Candy Crush. She loves going to the pool, and she loves giving herself getting a pedicure and listening to audiobooks. So that is Natalie's little spread. Now, originally this was going to be for 6 gals all together. However, we just had 2 other gals, Pam and Sandra, that were ready to join us this time. So I added in a few things just to kind of fill it out for her. So here I added in this sticker. It says things like connect, listen, uplift, relax, dream, nurture, sanctify, breathe, explore, trust, create, heal, shine. This could have been for somebody to add in. However, we only need, 4 little pockets. So this is mine. This is me on my Harley. What do I do to do self-care? Well, I try to take road trips. I try to take road trips with my husband to kind of unwind. And then you pop it open. And then for me, I have my favorite self-care is doing my nails. I don't have them on right now, but doing my nails and eating charcuterie with or without a nice crisp Prosecco. And girls, yeah, is that kind of silly that my self-care is eating cheese? No, that's what I do. I love it. It makes me happy. So that is my self-care. So that is my little pocket there. Then on the next page, this is beautiful. Beautiful. Please add a great selfie. And then in here she added, a little pack of ephemera so that we could add to our little areas where we have our selfies. So that was fun. So I used a couple of that. And again, this was, laid out for 6. However, there only needs to be 4. So I put 2 selfies in just to, fill it out so it wasn't empty. And so this is what I'm thinking, that Pam or Sandra, there's 4 more spots. 1, 2, 3, 4. So they could put 2 selfies in themselves. So here's mine. I put in a couple of selfies. I used some of the ephemera, and that is that spread done. So there we go. Then the next one is ATC cards. Please take and leave an ACT or 2. Look for my initials on the back of the card. So girls, because there's only 4 of us complete, meaning that there's only going to be 3 other people that are doing Natalie's notebook, I realized with my math, if I'm mathing right, that I get to pick out 4. I get to pick out 4. So this one, I'm going to pick out, I saw that with the Jesus, just because I think that's hilarious. Let's see. I'm going to pick out, I think I went the little motorbike since I'm into motorcycling. So sunshine on my mind. Let's see. Living the dream, make today count. Oh gosh. You know what? I'm going to take this one because I like postcards and that kind of, that girl has dark hair like me. And then let's see what else. Oh, this one is a 3D one. The future is bright. Make memories. I'm going to leave that for somebody else because I have that Coffee Monsters Co. sticker. So every day has a story. Oh gosh. Oh goodness. I want to leave some good ones for Sandra and Pam, but at the same time, I really love that word. Every day has a story. You know what? No. I'm going to take that one too. Sorry, girls. I just really like this one. So So I have 4 cards that I took, and so then I have to replace them. I'm going to replace them with my cards. So again, I took one with a, oh, where is it? I took one with a little keyboard, so I'm replacing it with a typewriter because I know Natalie likes typewriters. So I'm going to put that in there. And goodness, I couldn't write my name on the back of this one because obviously it's clear, but she will watch this video so she'll know it's from me. So that's the first one that I'm leaving. Then I'm also going to leave, let's see, where will it show up good? I'm going to leave another clear one, and this one has books on it because Natalie loves reading books. She's always telling me books to read. So I made that one for Natalie. Then I have, where did it go? Natalie doesn't necessarily sew, but Natalie, you know, is creative. And so this one says, creativity takes courage. This one I did happen to stamp on the back of, so that one she'll know it's from me. Okay, and then the last one, well, the last one, goodness, this is the last one. And it says, a dream is a wish your heart makes. And you know what? It is doesn't have anything else on it. I thought, you know, am I going to put something in here? But then I decided no, because it's kind of like a pathway to your dream. So I'm just leaving it blank. So this one, and actually, I don't know why it took me a while to realize this, but I realized that it doesn't have to necessarily go like this. It can be made this way as well. So that one goes right there. So those are my 4. I took 4, I'm leaving 4. And then the next page is books. So this is Natalie's 5-star reads. She has The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, The Last Letter, Before We Were Yours, Demon Copperhead, and Mary Jane. And actually, I have read 3 of them because she told me they were great. So then I added in mine. I have Angela's Ashes, Society of the Snow, The 4 Winds, and then Miracle in the Andes. And if you're familiar with this story, then you know that these are well, they're about the same story. However, they're from 2 different points of view. And I was going to say, I'm really fascinated with that story. I'm fascinated with the actual story of what happened, how they survived, and the resilience that these boys had, and just, you know, what that says about those boys, those men, and how it is just a real good lesson, you know, underneath of the just horrifying story, the horrific situation that they were in. I just think that the idea of being able to be that resilient, to come out just, you know, stronger, better, I'm going to say, and living a life filled with joy because of it, I just really, really am touched by this story. So those are my 4 books, and I just, you know, use my little label maker. I love it, and I put my name there. Okay, then the next one that we have is the washi tape. And so Natalie had this one and this one, the bicycles and the, you know, the hearts. And so I added 3. There's space for us all to add 3. So of course I did coffee. I did my old Starbucks coffee, and I just wrote my name on the little paintbrush thing so that she knows that this is mine. And then this one is one of my very favorites from the Coffee Monsters Co. This is how much I love Natalie, is that I was willing to put some down here because this is my absolute favorite, and I don't know whether Helen will ever come out with that one again. So this one, because it has the notebooks, it has the Coffee Monsters Co. I just love the Coffee Monsters Co. And I love this one specifically because it is kind of themed around journaling and Hobonichi. So, and then the last one, this is another one from the Coffee Monsters Co. And I just love this because of what it, you know, represents. It has a whole strip that says different things. This part of it says, I am unique, I am beautiful, I am strong, I am smart, I am funny. And so then there's a couple more that goes on to say. So those are the 3 that I put down there. Then the next page is, please add a funny sticker or stamp. So she had some of these down here, and I added 2 more. I just added 2 more so that there was room for Sandra and Pam to add in what they wanted to. I put this one, I run on caffeine, chaos, and cuss words, which is so true, so true. And then this one, I just think this is hilarious. Fun fact, I don't care. So that's what I added to her giggle gallery. Then the next page is movies. And so I'm going to just show the page. Well, so like I said before, there were 6 spaces. There are 6 spaces here, 3 on each side, because we only have 4 people. I just wanted to add in. So I added in, you know, some fun little some fun little movie theater stickers here and at the top there. And then what I did is I also took the liberty, Natalie, I took the liberty to add in our names just so that you knew whose was whose. So if you don't like that, then just, take them off. But anyway, these are Natalie's favorite movies: Purple Rain, Beauty and the Beast, European National Lampoon's Vacation, I think, is that National Vacation, and Ready Player One. Ready Player One is the only one that I have not seen. And then these are mine. I have Memories of a Geisha, Empire of the Sun, Notting Hill, and The Notebook. Those are my all-time favorite movies. So then we have spaces for Pam and for Sanja moving forward. So that's what we did there. Then the next page we have Totally Teal, and she was just asking us to put down, teal stickers. Now, full transparency, I'm not exactly sure what teal is. I mean, I know that it's a bluish green or a greenish blue, so I did the best that I could. So can you tell which ones I put down? Can you tell? Well, I'll let you know. So I put down a couple, this one and this one, just because I do love a nice inspirational quote. This one says, "Stay shy, humble, and kind." And I think that is teal. I'm going to say that is teal. This one is more greenish, but I did the best I could. And this says, "The greatest thing you'll ever learn is just to love and to be loved in return." And this is by Eden Abez. And, I just put that in there for Natalie because we all know, well, maybe we don't all know, but Natalie was, my ride or die. My ride or die when I lived in Wisconsin, when I was a single mom with 3 young kids. And gosh, I mean, she just loved me. She just loved me as I was, as I am. And that is just, that is just really special to me. Okay, no crying over Paper Girlie journals. Okay, then I added in a pen because I love a good fountain pen. And gosh, yeah, that's not exactly teal, but I did the best I could. And then I did this bicycle. I did this bicycle just because Natalie loves bicycles. I'm going to say that's teal. And then I just added in a couple little, little filler stickers. I wanted to leave room for Sandra, for Pam, so I just added in those ones. Okay, and then her last page here is Purplicious. Actually, it's not her last page, but her last spread is Purplicious. And so I just added in, some fun things over here. I added in a journal, a planner, because that's what I'm into. I added in a girl with purple hair, one, because it was purple, and two, because I went to cosmetology school. So I just thought that was fun. A little ice cream cone, because I love ice cream. And then some little, little purple flowers here, and then I put in a purple, hued paper crane, just because, oh my gosh, back when I did that Karate Kid video and I stayed up late trying to figure out how to make a paper crane, and Natalie, being one of our besties, gave me a big hard time about that, so it's kind of a joke there. So now we're going to move on to my pages. So what did I do? Well, I'm not as crafty, as creative as Natalie, but I took a little bit of inspiration, and this is what I came up with. So this is my first spread, and this is the spread that is all about me. And I guess I should hold it up like this to keep the glare off of it. So I used this is a coffee, the thing that you put around a coffee cup when you get a coffee cup. And this is from one of my favorite coffee spots. One of my favorite coffee spots in Bellingham. I always stay, when I go up there, I stay at my friend's condo, who lives right by a Woods Coffee. You've probably seen it in a lot of my posts. If I do, posts on Instagram or posts on YouTube, sometimes I will post pictures of this beautiful bay with this coffee shop in it. So it's just a couple of little coffee stickers, and I just put, I love a cup of joe in the morning, the afternoon, or at night. Yeah, I drink coffee 24/7. So these are just some fun sayings that I have. Forget the sugar and spice. Girls are made from real heart, guts, and soul. I have my business card here just because this is the Paper Girlie Traveling Journal. I am living on my best life every day. That is a reminder for me. This is, me. I love a Diet Coke. Never met a Diet Coke that wasn't screaming my name. I'm kind of obsessed with old-timey kitchens, specifically cast iron stoves. And these are all stoves that were from a museum over in Winthrop that I went to a couple of summers ago. Over here, I have a picture of my family. And this is the last picture I have I have with all of my kids together. And goodness, I mean, this is at Nick's graduation from high school, and he's 21 years old now. So we don't have a lot of pictures of my family all together, meaning the kids. This is me and Mr. Paper when he's available. I love adventuring out with my hubby. This is, you know, on the Seattle waterfront. A couple of different days. One was a little bit sunnier than the other, but yeah, I have a coffee cup in my hand? Of course I do. So that is me and Mr. Paper. Down here, Korean food is a staple in my dine out choices. So I have a picture of my favorite place down by the H Mart that I often have lunch with when I go shopping there. This is me and Mr. Paper at the Dave & Buster's, because I'm a pro at the Angry Birds Bulldozer arcade game. So we go down there just to, you know, let off steam, have a good time. I'm a Coffee Monsters Co. fan, and so I put a little sticker from the Coffee Monsters Co., which I thought was funny. Do I need another pin? Yes, get a notebook too. And of course, gotta have the Starbucks girl in there. So that is my first spread. Then my second spread is, well, it is just a crafty spread for Natalie. And so I just, you know, used paper, cut out, you know, fussy cut out some scrapbook paper and just made this spread. So this is a little envelope. And so in here, what I'm going to do, I have some things that I was going to put in there for Natalie. And so what I have is I have a couple of I am grateful, well, three. I am grateful. They're kind of journal cards, the kind of journaling prompt cards. So I'm going to put those in there. Then I have this. It is a Bella Swan Twilight sticker that I got over in Forks when I was there over Memorial Day, because, you know, Natalie loves movies. Then I have, you know, some paper ephemera. Natalie gave me the little letterpress box, storage thing that is on the wall in the back of a lot of my videos. So I thought that that would be, you know, fitting for her. Then Natalie loves cameras, so this is just a little, you know, basic camera sticker. And then I have some other little stickers from the Sterling ink. And so I just got those because they fit in the envelope. I thought those would go good in there. So that goes in there. And then on the other side, I have a couple of vellum sheets about friendship that I was going to put in there. I have some PET tape stickers that are books because Natalie is a reader. I got this paper a while back, and Natalie was saying, where did you get that paper? Where did you get that paper? Well, you know, I got it from Des Cosmos, but I don't need that much, so I'm just going to give her some more of that paper. And then I just have some film strip stickers and some blue flower stickers, just because I thought that was something that she might be able to use to create something pretty. So that is kind of the crafty create page. Then my next spread, and I just did 4, my next spread is about where I live at. So I live in the Seattle area. I live in Shoreline. I live up here. I live up here in this area, or let's see. I live up here. I live, actually, this is the cutoff line. That would be the street that I live off of up here. And so I just used a map. I used a map because it's always kind of fun to kind of get your bearings of where you're at. So this is the Seattle Center. I am meeting Sanja down by the Seattle Center tomorrow. And then we are going to go down to Pike Place to go see mochi things, to go show her that. So I just took pictures. This is the paper feather. It's in Edmonds. It's 5 minutes from my house. And then this side is just postcards that I taped in. So this is the Edmonds Ferry down by the paper feather. And then on the back, I just added paper. I added scrapbook paper and stickers, picture stickers. It says, I love living in Shoreline, so close to the water, but within driving distance to the mountains. And this is the area that I live in. It is a beautiful, beautiful area. Then down here, I have another postcard. And gosh, I just used paper ephemera. I used paper ephemera and some washi tape, you know, my Starbucks washi tape on the back of the postcard. And then here I have the light rail, a 3-minute walk to the local light rail station, and I can adventure anywhere in the world. Sometimes just a day trip to downtown Seattle, but the world is at my fingertips if I take it all the way to SeaTac International Airport. And then down here, this is the Urban Paper Crafter, 1 minute away from my home. This is the paper store that I absolutely adore. So yeah, this is just a little piece of a map that I cut out that I got over in Eastern Washington. And then on the background is just another mountain. So that is my where I'm from page. And then the last page is, or spread, is all about, me and Natalie. So this is my spread for me and Natalie. I have some Wisconsin, little stickers, little 3D stickers. And then over here, I am so happy you jumped on board to join in on my newest adventure. And this is the thumbnail shot from when we did that live stream. Then I have the, cameras that she loves. It says happy vibes. And then these, we saw those pictures before. And this is a group of gals. We were younger, no gray hair back then for me, back when I was a single mom living out by Natalie. And we were out having margaritas and Mexican food. It says, last time we got together, had a blast showing you around my area. So that is my spread about me and Natalie. Oh, on this side, well, gosh, this is just meaningful to me and Natalie. This is the pool that we used to bring the kids to all the time. It says 2 of my favorite places that we shared so many memories with our kids: Fox Lake Pool and Blue Boy Ice Cream Shop. So those are my spreads. So those are my spreads. Now the last thing that Natalie has, and it's way here in the back, she has take several, leave one. So gosh, I actually forgot about this page. So I am going to have to, goodness, Natalie, I don't need any more stickers. So I'm just going to leave those. And so Pam and Sandra can, take as many as they want out of there. And then, this one's going to Sandra next. So Sandra, you take, half of them and leave half of them for Pam, because I don't need any more stickers. And then leave one here. Well, gosh, I'm going to leave that. Well, no, I'm not going to leave that as a surprise, because I realized that, yes, I did make one last thing. I was going to put it back here in the me and Natalie page, but guess what? I'm going to leave it here. And girls, because Natalie's favorite color is teal, with my new sticker maker, I made her a whole page of teal stickers. So it has things like a Coca-Cola, her favorite. I'm a Diet Coke girly. Natalie's a Coke girly. And then it has a composition book, a fountain pen, a bicycle picture, some fun sunglasses, a little perfume bottle, another little pen, or I guess it's probably a mechanical pencil, a donut, a little happy face sign, some lipstick, some macaroons, and, a little makeup palette, but all in teal colors. So, gosh, I'm just going to put that as my leave one. So, there we go. So, that is a Natalie's notebook. And this is the first time that I'm using. See, she put all those stickers on the front. This is what the back of the inside of her notebook looks like. So, girls, that was my first time doing it, and I think that it was pretty fun. I'm excited. I'm excited to now move on to Pam's notebook. I got Pam's notebook in the mail today. However, like I said before, this is a chunky girl, this notebook, and I made it even chunkier. So what did I need to do? Well, I needed to get a band for her to hold her notebook together. And all I did was I had this little charms and chains, and I got this for $5 at Five Below. And so I just picked out a little charm, and it is a little, sunny face with rainbows all around it. And I thought, that is cute. That is cute. I can just put it on an elastic, and I had this elastic. And then look at this, girls. I'm just going to very carefully try to hold Natalie's chunky notebook together. So, girls, if you end up making a chunky notebook, don't worry, because I got you covered. I will make a band to put around it with a charm. So, I don't know about Sandra and Pam. Well, no, Pam's needs one, because I just got hers. And Pam needs one as well. So I will make one for Pam as well with the same little charm. Since it's just the 4 of us here this first time around, it'll be fun if we all have the same charm. So gals, thank you so much for joining me here today. This was such a challenge of creativity for me, but at the same time, it was just a whole lot of fun. And it brings me joy. It brings me joy to come and share this with you. And ladies, if I am new to you, if this is the first time that you have, that I'm popping up on your screen, then I would love to invite you to like and subscribe so that you can find me easily next time. Because goodness, this was Natalie's journal. Next week, I'm going to have Pam's journal. I'm going to have Pam's journal, and we can see the creativity that she has as well. So, girls, once again, like I mentioned before, there is a Facebook group that kind of, runs parallel with my YouTube channel. It is called Paper Girlie Studio, and if you are a woman of a certain age, then that's where, all the cool girls are at. I'm going to say, we're over there just having a real good time. We do things like monthly Happy Meal exchanges. We do a book club over there. And gosh, that's where we came up with the idea for the traveling journal, because I just was, talking on there one day, saying how I've wanted to do this for years. And then people started saying, me too. Me too. And so that's how we got our first group together. And so this will be, this is our first group, but I'm going to wager to say that, there's going to be a second group. There is going to be a second group because, it is fun. It is fun. And gosh, if I can just help inspire you to be creative by being involved in this, then it is worth my while. Is worth my while all the way to the bank. So gals, if that is something that interests you, then please come and join us over there. There's a link in the description that will just pop you over there. There's a couple of questions that we ask you, and then you're in. And this is just a community. I am so proud of this community over there. A community of over 300 women that are just supporting and celebrating each other. Because gals, don't we need that, especially at this age while we're transitioning into this new phase of life? Well, we just need to know that we're not alone. Sometimes that's what we need to know. That's what we want to know, is that we're not alone. And over there, it is just lots of sharing, lots of supporting, and lots of celebrating us, women of a certain age. Okay, gals, thanks so much for joining me today. Until next time, from one paper girlie to another. Bye.